And more conversations are arising from this one. Should you go to the gym using phrases like no pain, no gain? I gotta go hard. I gotta go hard, or I need to go home. And I think that's it. It's either you go hard or you do go home, because that's the psychology around going to the gym. And we're speaking about that physical gym that you have to go to, right? Having that kind of gym membership that you have to actually get into your car, get into a taxi, take that little walk and go to a particular gym and just get things going? Or do you think, like, when you doing this, it's all about your pace? You can go once a week, 1 week, and then next week you go twice a week, and that's okay as long as you just getting that body moving. That's the question that we're speaking about. Is rhythm important, or should you be sporadic about it? And what are you chasing? Because someone off air was saying, well, what are you rushing for? What's the big battle? It's not a war. You're just going to the gym. It's not that heavy. It's not that hectic. So we're going to be speaking about this one, and we'll be speaking to Tlotliso Molefi, a fitness expert trainer at Misfit Gym, which is based in Lesotho.
Yeah, man, it's a difficult conversation, because if you're saying that you have your own pace when you go to gym, is it really your own pace? Is there a plan around that particular pace? Or are you just being like, yeah, sometimes I go, sometimes I don't, especially if it's something that really matters to you. If you're doing it for, health reasons, if you're trying to look a particular way, you're not going to reach those goals that you have if you don't go to the gym. So what exactly does it mean to be working out at your own pace? Is it something that's strategic? Is it something that is mindful? Or is it just all over the place? Let's go into that conversation in this hour of the show. And of course, we continue to engage in these conversations together on our socials as well. We do continue to be live on our Facebook and on our YouTube. So join our live stream. Want to know where you're tuned in from, anywhere in the world, and of course on the African continent. And of course, we also want to hear your thoughts on the conversations of the day. What's your relationship with the gym, and what's your relationship with exercise? Because I feel like we're also having two different conversations. Exercise can take place outside of the gym, but it has to be intentional. So it's not just about the gym itself as a building, but really the exercise on its own, whether it's inside the building or outside of the building. It's the intention of exercising that matters. It's 10 minutes past 11 Central Africa time. Let's go into this conversation.
Zilipendwa na Abedi Shandela Croix.
Kwa nini wanamuziki wengi sana wa kizazi kipya hawafiki mbali pale wanapofanya muziki?
Ni kwa sababu kitu cha kwanza ambacho naweza nikaongelea nikagusia zaidi sana ni kusema kuwa wale wasanii wanapotoa ngoma yao ya kwanza, ikiwa kama kahiti kidogo tu, wanaanza kutamba mitaani, wanaonekana kama wapo majuu zaidi sana.
Kuna wanamuziki wengine ambao wanakimbilia kwa waganga wa jadi. Hivi muziki na dawa vinaendana?
Kitu cha kwanza naweza nikasema ni kuwa muziki na dawa haviendani. Lakini muziki ni kipaji.
Kuna watu wengine wanashutumu wasanii wengine kwamba wanaroga.
Wanaroga, wale wasanii kama wanaroga ni kutokujiamini tu. Lakini kitu cha muhimu sana ni kipaji.
Zilipendwa kila Jumamosi kuanzia saa 12 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati hadi saa 1 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
Benjamin Moshatama and Palesa Tau on the move.
All right, we have Tlotliso Molefi on the line, fitness expert and trainer at Misfit Gym based in Lesotho. That is for our fitness corner for today. When it comes to fitness, we often hear phrases, no pain, no gain. And the very popular one is you go hard or you go home. And have you seen those videos on Instagram and social media? People saying, go hard, man, go hard. And then you're like, hey, I'm not that guy. I'm not trying to get those kind of muscles. I'm just trying to stay healthy. And at times you like, okay, you have to kind of like just do things as long as you actually creating that movement and that momentum for yourself, but you're not as consistent as you should be, or maybe there isn't anything like you should be. That's the question we're asking. Why is it important to honor your body's rhythm while still chasing your fitness goals? Is it important? Also, the setbacks. Is it the fact that you're always not making that consistent decision, or is it just you making that effort to go enough? Let's talk talk to our guest, Tlotliso, on the line. Hey, Tlotliso, how are you doing?
How good, Benjamin?
I'm good. I'm good. Let's talk a little bit about this because we've been debating it for the last 2 hours off air on the show about whether, especially if you don't have a very good relationship with the gym, right? You just go, or maybe you don't have a good relationship even with your body and moving. You just do these things now and then. As long as you're getting it done, that's important because some experts are saying just start with your pace and then maybe, just maybe you'll do it more consistently. Do you just go at your own pace?
Pacing yourself according to your fitness level is very important. A lot of times people come to the gym and they are just scared. They see these fit people, big people, six packs, and everything, and it's quite scary from somebody who's outside, right? But pacing yourself is quite important, and basically just taking things according to your fitness level. If you're a beginner, you really have to pace yourself. There's no other way you can start on level one by going to level two. You understand?
But what does that pacing yourself mean? Because at
So
times we use that as a crutch
right,
that I'll pace myself, but I'm actually not
yeah,
going. I'll go once a
right,
week or once a month.
yeah, right. So in fitness, there's this thing we call progressive overload. It's basically, I will make an example from that, right? So let's say you start off gym today. You are only able to squat, let's say, 10 kg, right? So the idea of progressive overload is for you maybe next week, add a little bit of some weight to to that squat. If you are on 10 kg, maybe add zero point 0.5 kg on your next squat and see how you do. So that's what pacing actually is. If you are able to run a 1 kilometer now, you are able to just squat 10 kg now. Maybe next week, let's try something a little bit more challenging, but by adding a little bit more to what you are already able to do. So that's what basically pacing yourself
Hmm.
is. You just put steps, small steps. You take small steps, and you just move forward from there.
That's interesting that you say that because you're not saying pace yourself in a way where you're not consistent with going to your gym or actually you are actually exercising. You're saying
Yeah.
basically do the stuff, go to the gym, but while you're actually doing the exercises
Hmm.
themselves, pace yourself in how you're
Hmm.
doing it, but still go. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Right. But still go. So different levels are different. There's
Okay.
no specific way where you can maybe write down what this person's level is. It's either you're a beginner or you are intermediate or you are professional. That's where the difference is. So by pacing yourself, you are basically just pacing according to how much your body can take. And from that, also having a guider or a coach is also important to to actually have, because that way you have somebody who's watching from outside who can tell you that you might actually think you won't be able to do this much, but try it. And if you're able to do it, okay, that's great. Then let's also try to add a little bit more of a challenge to it, the following week or the following month. So that's what basically pacing yourself works like.
Hmm. And I mean, when you are pacing yourself, what are
Right.
the measurements that you should be using that to notice that you are pacing yourself in a way that is good for you personally? Because, like you said,
Mhm.
it's different for every person.
Yeah, it's quite different for everyone. So basically, when a person starts gym, there are a couple of things that me, for example, would look into. I'll test your strength. I will see how good you are at squatting, and maybe see if there's certain injuries you have or your body symmetry is different in certain ways. Um, so by pacing yourself, you basically just have to learn how your body responds to lifting weights or running. Basically, just being in the gym.
Hmm. And what are those? How
Right.
do you determine that? How what are you
Yeah.
looking at? I mean, is it how you feeling physically? Is it how tired you getting, or is it basically maybe you should, watch your BPM? What are those practical indicators of feeling out your pace?
Right. Um, so when you work out, right? Um, First thing is strength. Another thing is how you execute certain movements. I will go back to squats again because that's one of the most famous movements, right? Some people are able to go into depth, really low squats. Some people are not able to go any lower. So if I'm gonna pace you, or if you're gonna pace yourself with squats, for example, if you cannot go any lower than you can, then your squats will just be in a range that you are able to go in, right? So your body is limiting you to go maybe this low. So by pacing yourself, then we are only just gonna stay on that certain depth of the squat. Also, it's also just how you listen to your body. You know, listening to your body is also more like a superpower, especially when you're starting out.
Hmm.
In the beginning, everything will just hurt. Stairs become your enemies, and brushing your teeth just feels like a bicep workout.
Hmm.
And but that soreness is what we call delayed onset muscle soreness, and it's just your body saying, "Hey, we did something new today." So
Okay.
it's part of the shock treatment. So you're gonna go through that kind of pain.
All right,
You
Tlotliso,
know,
let's take a bit of
but
a break.
also
I need to go to a break. Just hold on. You'll continue after the break. We're speaking to Tlotliso, fitness expert and trainer at Misfit Gym. He's joining us all the way from Lesotho. We'll continue this one. What pace do you measure in terms of exercise? How do you also make sure that you're not missing out on the benefits of being consistent? And I think that Tlotliso is directing this conversation in a way that's helpful for us. Let's find out more after the break.
zochitika ndi madaphiri kamlondola wa zochitika pena paliponse.
unduna wa zamalonda ku Malawi aletsa kampani yopanga shuga ya Ilovo yomwe ndi nthambi ya Ilovo Sugar Group Limited kuti isiye kutumiza shuga kumaiko akunja. Malingana ndi nduna ya zamalonda Vitumbuko Mumba, izi zithandiza kuti shuga yemwe yakusowa pamsika azipezeka. Ndiye pano ndili ndi George Muhangu amene ali mu mzinda wa Blantyre mu dziko la Malawi. Chimene chikupangitsa kuti shuga azisowa ndi chani?
chomwe chikupangitsa kuti shuga azisowa ndichonena kuti panopo ili ngati off season ya makampani a Ilovo Sugar Malawi, kunena kuti sakutha kupanga shugayi okwanira chifukwa akukolola. Ndiye akamaliza kukolola pameneno atayambeno sopano kugaya shugayi kuti azipezeka. Chinanso ndichonena kuti ma distributors amene akumakagula shuga kaya ndi ku Ilovo kaya ndi kusalima shuga akumagulisa kumaiko akunja ngati Zambia, Zimbabwe, Tanzania, Mozambique.
zochitika ndi madaphiri lolemba mpaka lachisanu pa nthawi ya 7 koloko kufikira 8 koloko madzulo pa Channel Africa. 9 to 12 midday Central African Time. On the Move with Palesa Tau and Benjamin Moshatama.
Yeah, fitness is not easy at all. And no matter where you are in your own fitness journey, whether you're a beginner or, midway, we all have our own goals to set, but also we have our own paces that we need to follow. Unfortunately, a lot of us, in the pursuit of trying to look a particular way or trying to reach a certain goal, we might be comparing ourselves with others in the gym, whereas we have to actually look at our a pace and set that pace quite intentionally. We're speaking about this with fitness expert, a trainer at Misfit Gym, Tlotliso Molefi, who continues to join us on the line. Let's speak about, the variations of, fitness, because there are people who are just starting out. Of course, they might not really understand a lot about their body at that particular time. They might not even know how to listen to their body yet, as, the muscles in their body adjust to actually just movement in particular. And then there are those who are trying to build strength. There are those who are trying to lose weight. There are those who are just doing it to stay fit and stay healthy as well. So there are various reasons why people, get on a fitness journey, or people start going to gym. Let's speak about listening to your body. How do you actually do that? Because I've heard people say, no, you must listen to your body. That's how you set your pace. But it's hard to do that, especially if you are someone who's not used to movement in that particular way.
Right. I would say listening to your body is more of a superpower, and it's something you're gonna have to build and acquire as your fitness journey progresses. Right. So a lot of times when people come to the gym or they start off gym, either beginners or people who are already into the fitness journey, they always want to give it 100%. That is totally okay. Give it your 100, but that may not be realistic. Also learning how to listen to your body, you really have to be realistic. You might want to give it your 100 all the time, but you have to be realistic. Some days you might be able to give it 50%. Some days a 70, 100, sometimes a 30. But what's important is for you to show up. And by showing up consistently, you get to learn about your body. You get to learn that if I push myself way too hard when I do certain exercises, this is how my body is gonna respond. If I don't go to gym for a week and I cut off, my consistency, then this is basically how my body is gonna, respond. So on the first day, you may not know, but as time progresses and as you get guidance from your coach, you are going to learn and eventually acquire this superpower of being able to listen to your body.
Yeah. So what are some of the physical or even mental signs that you may be pushing yourself too hard, on your fitness journey?
Sometimes I want to say, as much as we talk about consistency, right? It doesn't mean ignoring pain, right? Either mental pain or physical pains. It means knowing the difference between discomfort and actual pain, or like actual injury, right? So progress requires pushing boundaries, of course, but never break boundaries. There's a thin line between pushing these boundaries and totally breaking them. So you have to rest and recover. This is not laziness at all. It's totally fine. It's actually sometimes you might feel that your body isn't just performing as great as it used to. Sometimes it might be more of a mental thing. You are going through something. Two people cannot have the same journey, fitness journey. You might be going through something mentally, but your body wants to work out. That might mean, hey, you really have to, step back a little bit and maybe, rest. Your mind might be telling you that you have to go to gym, but your body might be going through the most and in need of rest. So you might feel fatigued, you might feel like you are not getting enough rest, or it's basically not possible for you to get rest as you sleep. So regarding that, you just have to try and listen to that. You cannot be the same as everybody else. So your journey is unique to you. So just listen to your body. That if you feel that mentally today you are not ready, but your body wants to work out, that might be a sign that maybe just step back a little bit and just watch from the outside.
Yeah. Well, as we wrap up, Tlotliso, let's speak about results, because many of us on the varying degrees of our own fitness journeys think about the results that we want. So whether the results are, more strength if you're strength training, the actual weight loss if that's why you're going to the gym, or even mental wellness. Some people just do it to blow off some steam and for their mental wellness, and you can feel that that's happening. But sometimes we don't see the results that we need. So what advice do you have for those people who start feeling discouraged because they're not seeing the results? Are you there, Tlotliso?
Right, and it's quite. I'm still here.
Yes, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
I was about to say that it is quite prevalent in fitness that people, lose. They get demotivated as time goes, or it's something that actually happens. But people have to know that there's no such thing as a quick fix, really. Progress is progress. In fact, slow progress is sustainable, progress. Never go to gym and expecting to be, being in a fitness, basically don't go to gym and expect to get your results the same day.
Yeah.
Right. It's slow progress. And sometimes I tell people that as much as I call it slow progress, there's no such thing as slow progress. There's only steady progress, So 1% better each week is still better. That's just science and psychology. And it's way more likely to stick, than the go hard or go home approach that burns out people. Think of it like compound interest. You get these small gains consistently applied, and then leading to transformation. And that also brings me back to the principle that we have in fitness that's called, progressive overload. It's in training, it's gradual increases in intensity that push your body to adapt. So yes, slow progress builds muscles. It sheds fats and builds confidence, brick by brick. Hanyane hanyane.
I love that. Well,
so
that's
here
definitely...
also at Misfit we have that saying. We have that saying here at Misfit, hanyane hanyane, literally just meaning that step by step, like every small step will lead to whatever goal that you want to achieve.
I love that. We'll leave it there, Tlotliso. I think it's quite encouraging. Selena and I have our gym bags here today, and we're going to go and do it hanyani, step by step, bit by bit. We're going to achieve those goals eventually.
I'm going to hold your hands today and make sure you get there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Sensational. Love to hear it.
That is Tlotliso Molefi, fitness expert and trainer at Misfit Gym based in Lesotho, speaking to us about the progress at gym and also, making sure that you use your own pace and you set your own pace in your own fitness journey. It's 11:30 Central Africa time. Let's get our latest sports news.